Welcome to Shotgun Sports USA, recorded in the U.S. and streaming all over the world. I'm your host, Justin Barker, and I talk to shotgun shooters from all disciplines. Championship-winning coaches, gun clubs, world-class target setters, vendors, and industry-leading companies that fuel the sport. If you're into clay target sports, you are at the right place for insider information from some of the best in the world. Check us out online at shotgunsportsusa.com, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram. Shotgun Sports USA is powered by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend. Also brought to you by Ultimate Shooting Accessories, Rick Hemingway's Promatic Trap Cells, Sound Gear and Sound Gear Phantom, Comp and Choke, Clay Shooter Supply, Clay Target Vision, and Cole Gunsmithing. This week, we're going to have another college on with us. This team has won the SCTP Nationals the past 4 years. A smaller college about 4 hours west of Kansas City with a great shooting program. Please welcome the guys from Fort Hays State College, Jared Greenwood, Riley Ross, Lane Sorensen, and Jared Lies.
Hey Justin, how are you?
Hey Justin.
How's it going, Justin?
What's up?
We're going to find out a little bit about Fort Hays State University in Hays, Kansas, but Jared, you're going to have to tell me where Hays, Kansas is because I have never heard of it.
We're kind of in the middle of nowhere, Kansas. When you look at Kansas on a map, we are northwest Kansas, about 4 hours west of Kansas City. Decent sized town, right off of I-70, nice little town.
You know, I'd never heard of Fort Hays State University until I talked to you about it, Jared, and I kind of want to find out what Fort Hays is all about, find out a little bit about their shooting team and how it works, find out about admissions. But first, how did you end up at Fort Hays State University, Jared?
Yeah, I'm kind of a funny story on that. This was actually the third college I've been to, transferred around quite a bit. My degree is agricultural business. And when I first came to Fort Hays, I honestly didn't know they had a shotgun team. Then I started talking to the coach and fell in love with the team. But the thing that really drew me here was the class size. There's 4,200 kids on campus. So like my average class size is roughly 25, 30 kids. So I get a lot of one-on-one time with my instructors. I'm not afraid to go ask questions. They ask me how my day is. They ask how the shooting team's doing. It's a pretty tight-knit community here at Fort Hays. And along with the shooting team, I mean, we hang out not just during the school year, but all throughout the year, including summertime. We go to NSCA shoots together. We're a pretty tight-knit group.
Lane, you are the president of the club. If you would tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Lane Sorensen from Aurora, Nebraska. Started shooting when I was about in sixth grade. We had a trap league and started shooting there, and then kind of grew on from that. And about 4 years ago, started shooting NSDA and fell in love with that and been doing it for 4 years now. So
if you could give me a couple of reasons why you think parents should send their kids to Fort Hays State.
Yeah, so one of the, I think the biggest reasons is we're the most affordable college in the Midwest, with still a great quality education as well. It's a small town feel with a great support system and community that you would find in a small town, but you still get that college experience from like a bigger university, I guess you could say. And kind of to touch on what Jared said, I mean, the average class size here is about 25 to 30 kids, I would say, and you really build that one-on-one relationship with your professors, and you're not just a number to them. You know, they know your name, they know where you're from, you know, they know why you came to Hays or what you do at Hays. And so it's a family, I guess you can call it a family-oriented college. Like professors really care about you, and so that's a big thing for me.
Jared, what does it cost to go to Fort Hays State as far as tuition is concerned?
As far as tuition goes, we're actually rolling out with a brand new tuition program coming this next fall. Yes, we have the in-state Kansas tuition, but we're pushing that out, and it's now a regional tuition. So what that means, the 13 states around Kansas, they pay the same as Kansas residents for their classes. So that's right around $5,400 for tuition and fees, and that includes South Dakota, Wyoming, Utah, Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, Texas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, and Illinois. So that's a really cool thing we're doing. We also have another thing called our Midwest Student Exchange Program. We've had that for a couple years now, and that is catered to residents from Indiana, Minnesota, North Dakota, Ohio, and Wisconsin. And their tuition every year is right around $7,500. And if you're not from any of the states from the regional or for the Midwest Student Exchange Program, you're looking at about $15,000 in tuition. So like Lane touched on earlier, we are one of the most affordable universities in the country. We're currently in the top 5 in terms of affordability. And just to back up what Lane said, just because it's affordable, it doesn't mean it's a quote unquote cheap education. We have over 200 degree programs. We have a 96% job placement rate upon graduation, and our professors care about our students. So it's, coupled with that, with costs, we have a lot of scholarship opportunities for academics, departments, and general scholarships. So this place can be very, very affordable.
We have 2 Jareds on the podcast tonight, so I hope everyone doesn't get confused. But Jared Lies, tell me exactly what you do at Fort Hays State.
Along with being the assistant coach for the shotgun team, I am also an admissions counselor here. So I'm out there recruiting not just for the team, but for the university. I travel through western Nebraska, eastern Colorado are my admissions territories, hit college fairs, hit high schools. Just, getting the word out there to kids about opportunities that are here, especially the financial opportunities. So I wear a couple of different hats for my job.
Now, do you actually go out and recruit shooters for the shooting team here at Fort Hays?
We're actually really we're really starting to get into that active recruiting in the summer for our shotgun team. We've always done it, as in we've always had kids that go to shoots. Of course, they see the Fort Hays State vests. That draws a lot of attention. I'm an alumni. I shot on this team from 14 to 19, so I've been through this program. A lot of it has been word of mouth, but now the school is really getting behind us, and we're going to be traveling this summer to some big state shoots for NSCA, ATA, and NSSA, and we're going to be actively recruiting there. So,
well, now that we know a little bit about the college, which is pretty interesting, like I said earlier, I'd never heard of it till Jared told me about it. But I'm not looking for colleges either. That's the last thing I want to think about. But
we can get you some classes, Justin.
I might need to go. I might need to go back for sure. But the shotgun team is why we're doing this show. A little bit about the college and a lot about the shotgun team. But it started out in 2005 with just 6 people, and you fast forward now to 2022. The team's hanging some big numbers and winning a lot. And there's a whole lot more individuals on the squad. So, Lane, how many students now are on the shotgun team?
Yeah, so we're a traveling co-ed team. We have about 30 members across JV and varsity. That consists of about 8 females and 22 males, where 20 of them are on varsity, and then the other 10 are on JV. We also have a club team that consists of about 4 to 5 kids that come out on Thursday nights, and they work on each discipline to help further their shooting experience, and try to make it onto the traveling team right now.
So how do you determine who's on varsity and junior varsity?
Yeah, so we take averages on every practice and every shoot we go to. Our coach, Dwayne Shepard, he actually has a record of from the first target you shoot at Fort Hays to the last target you shoot. And so all of these targets are averaged, and it kind of goes down. So obviously the highest average people might get put on the same squad, but usually it's the top 15 averages travel.
Yeah.
But so the top 15 will get put into squads based upon your averages and how well the team meshes and get along and stuff like that.
So what is the process to get on the team, and does Fort Hays offer any sort of scholarship?
Yeah, so to answer this question kind of back to front, we do not offer any scholarships currently because we're not associated with the athletic side of the college. But the way everything really happens is most kids who have been on the team and currently on the team got here from basically hearing about it from kids shooting in their own state or shooting in their own area. To this date, up until what Jared said, to this date, we've never recruited any kid. I mean, kids come here out of pure desire, and so it's been pretty nice. But basically, when you come here, when you hear about us, they set up a college visit with Dwayne Shepard, our coach, and where he talks to you, kind of gets to know you a little bit, and then he takes you out to the range and meets some of us, shoots with us, and stuff like that. And then obviously, if the kid wants to come here and whatever, Doc will say, like let me know, and they'll add their name to the list and get their email and send their emails if once they come. Uh, get their emails and send them emails so they have the team information. And
Jared, you're one of the coaches there, like you said. What are your roles as one of the coaches for the team?
Well, like I said earlier, I wear a lot of different hats. As far as the coaching side of it, I help with planning travel, everything associated with that, the routes we're going to take, hotels we're going to stay at, taking care of getting entered for the events itself, whether it be a collegiate shoot or a registered shoot, a NSCA or ATA, have you. Everything associated with that, help run practices. We practice Tuesdays and Thursday nights for the varsity. Wednesday nights are junior varsity, and I'm out there all three afternoons and evenings, just helping the kids with whatever I can. Shepard handles the skeet portion. I handle the trap, and we have a volunteer coach by the name of Cody Eskrit. He handles the sporting clays. He was actually on the team the same time that I was. We graduated together, so he's a great sporting clay shooter, knows what he's doing. So we kind of have our specific areas in that front, but we're all proficient enough in all areas we can help the kids whenever we need to. So that's kind of the coaching front. Is on the admissions front, I care about all of these kids on the team. They're here to get an education. I want them to get that degree. That's why they're here. Yeah, they're here to shoot. I get that. That's why I came here. I'm not going to lie. But that degree, that's what they're here for. That's what they're working towards. We'll leave them home if they're not getting it done in the classroom. We hold them accountable. I care about their degrees because I care about their professional career once they leave here. So, like I said, many different hats, but that's kind of in a nutshell what I do.
Riley, if you could go into some of the titles that Fort Hays has won over the past few years.
Yeah, so when we first started shooting back in 2005, you can actually ask anyone that was on that team, and even Dwayne Shepard at the time, he never thought this program would go as far as it did. Back then, I think it was 2007, they had won their first national championship, if that I remember right. But since then, we have won 8 national championships total. And we do not look at quitting on doing anything at that time. You talk to anybody on this team that shot here this year and last, no one is happy with how our ACY shoot came out this last year. And we continue to keep trying to build on that every shoot, everywhere we go. We've, in 2019, which would have been Jared's last year, we actually went undefeated for the whole season, winning both national championships. And that was really cool to be a part of. We've also won SCTP the last 4 years running and do not plan on giving that title up at all, because that is something we really strive ourselves on to do every year, is make sure we go out to the nationals and absolutely perform at our top. We hold everybody accountable to every target they miss, every target they break. We are right there pushing each other right alongside, whether you're on squad 1, squad 2, or squad 3. We will push every target to absolutely shoot the best we can. So that's some of the main deals. We've had some really good shooters come through. We've had 14 All-Americans since 2005. And every single one of them would tell you the same thing I'm telling you now. They will never not love this program and push this program to the best of their ability.
To kind of add on to what Riley said about how we hold everyone accountable, if one squad is shooting and the other 2 squads are in a break or shooting just a little bit, we're up there back a little ways from the line, but we're watching our squad, our other teammates up there shoot. We're pushing them. We're giving them encouragement when they come off the line. We're always up there trying to push each other no matter what. So it really is a team feeling. Our coach always tells us we're going to go compete and win as a team, and the individual stuff will take care of itself.
So is this a year-round program at Fort Hays?
Actually, for the first time, it is getting ready to be a year-round program. Kind of mentioned earlier, we have amazing support here through the school, through the community, and we have acquired the funding. We will be traveling. We will be going to these shoots. You know, as far as practices this summer, you know, everybody goes out and does their own thing, because when everybody leaves here, everyone scatters and they're going to start hitting their own shoots, whether it be trap, skeet, sporting, whatever the case may be. Everybody's out there, you know, honing their skills, sharpening their game. But yes, as of just a couple weeks ago, this is officially a year-round program.
That's pretty neat. How does a year-round program work as far as in the off season, so to speak? You're still out there practicing, is what I'm assuming.
Right. We have a couple lulls throughout the year. Of course, this summer we're going to hit it hard. School starts August, I believe it's the 22nd or the 23rd, and we are practicing the very next day after classes start. We hit the ground running. We have our first shoot 2 weeks from the time classes start, and we don't let up until we get through SCTP Nationals, which is mid to late October. And then from there, the varsity kind of takes a little bit of a rest because we've been pushing them pretty hard. The JV team, they still get 4 to 5 shoots a semester, just like the varsity does. So we're still pushing, you know, well into mid-late November going to shoots. Of course, you know, Christmas break, things are getting cold. It gets pretty cold out this way. We have some awesome Kansas winters. But take a little bit of a break. As soon as we can start shooting, once the semester resumes, we're shooting. Sometimes that's mid-January, sometimes it's mid-February. We went out to Las Vegas for an ACY shoot this year, so we were shooting as soon as we got back in January. We also went down to Georgia for the ACY regional there. So it kind of depends on what shoots are coming up and who we're going to be taking. But as far as practice goes, yeah, weather permitting, we're going to be out there. We're going to be shooting. We have scooped the sidewalks of 3 foot of snow before, and we've been out there shooting and practicing.
No, the whole state here would have been shut down. Nobody here would have been out there. I can promise you that. So, Riley, tell me a little bit about the chemistry of the team from the new students all the way up to the seniors. How do they all get along?
Like I said, we are always straight family across the board. You can just ask Jared and Lane both today. We sat down and watched a movie, doing homework this morning. We're in finals now. We are always together. There's 1, 2, 3 of us always together at all times. Most of us end up actually living with each other throughout some point of your college career. We are always together, whether it's team dinners, doing homework together. We basically own a study room over in the Union. There's always some of us in there doing homework, pushing kids, whether it's shooting wise, text them, hey, let's go to the shoot this weekend. We don't have a shoot for the college, to just making sure they get their homework done. Like, we've had to set kids down and just force them to do their homework, watch them do their homework. Like, there's not one person here that's gonna not let you, well, there's not one person here that's gonna make you feel left out, and that is the honest to God truth right there. So we've had, like I said, we've had team dinners after national championships. We've just throughout the year, like every year, we almost always have a big team dinner before we leave and go home for the summer. And right as soon as we get back from summer at the first of the school year, we have a big team dinner just to get everyone back and just get that feel that we're all back with each other and supporting each other 100%.
Jared was talking just a second ago about how much you shoot. Where do you practice at? Isn't it close by somewhere?
Yeah, we actually practice about 5 miles north of the campus. Like, it's, you turn out of campus, you got one turn and you're in the gun range. About 5 minutes up the road, even if that. It's just right on the edge of town, and it's so easy. Like, you can leave campus, get out of, like this last semester, I know Jared Greenwood had a class went to 2:45, and he was at the range still by 3 o'clock, so we could be practicing right at 3 when practice started. So it takes no time to get off of campus and get to the range.
So Riley, you shoot trap, skeet, and sporting clays. How do you or how does the team determine what you're going to practice on certain days?
Basically, we're going to practice all three disciplines every practice we have, Tuesday and Thursday. A lot of the days, if we don't have, like if we get out of class early, there's a lot of kids that try not to schedule class on Tuesdays and Thursdays if all possible, to go out to the range early and set the targets and make sure everything's up and working before anyone else really shows up. I know like Lane's very good about that. Our coaches are out there at noon, 11 to 1 o'clock
usually.
every day before practice, making sure practice is going to run smoothly because, you know, the days are short up here and it's winter. And as soon as we get out there, we're shooting. The people got it all set up to where we don't have to worry about loading targets or setting targets, even just for that example. So we do practice trap ski and sporting clays just about every practice, if at all possible.
Yeah. Lane, shoots as far as the team's concerned, how many do you go on a year?
Kind of reiterate what Jared said earlier. So the varsity goes on to about 5 or 6 shoots a semester, whether that be college run shoots, an ACUI event, or 2 a semester. But both semesters typically we go to about 5 or 6, and both end with the national championship. So in the fall we end with SCTP, where we, like Riley talked about earlier, we've won the past 4 consecutive SCTP National Championships, and then in the spring we end with the ACUI, where we won that 3 times, one in 13, 14, and 2019. And I think we've also placed in the top 5 since like 2011. And then as for JV goes, they get about 4 to 5 shoots a semester as well, depending on availability. Like we have Dwayne, our coach, and Jared that both travel with varsity, and so it's a little bit hard to split them up, especially in Jared's position where he's getting ready to take over the team, so he's learning the process and everything. And our third coach, Cody Eskrit, he works a full-time job, and so it's sometimes he's not available, but for the most part, I mean, JV gets about 4 to 5 shoots a semester too. Go on.
Now, how do you determine who on the team gets to go to these shoots with you? Is there some sort of process?
Yeah. So kind of earlier when I talked about averages, so the top 15 highest averages go, and that's across trap, skeet, sporting, and that's trap, skeet, and sporting is mainly in the fall we go by, and then in the spring once we shoot ACUI events, you have double skeet, double strap. And so in the spring we go by, trap, skeet, sporting, double strap, double skeet, and so forth. And so, like I said, top 15 averages across the board usually get to go on the shoots. Every now and again, like we have a Prairie Circuit shoot, which is a conference shoot where we have, I think it's 5 or 6, I think it's 5 other states that come to this conference shoot. We'll bring the entire team just because it's close. It's only about 2.5 hours away, and it gets them JV guys another opportunity to shoot and be a part of like the full varsity and see how good the competition is at this level and everything like that as well. So
talk about the expenses that each shooter has when traveling to tournaments.
Everyone pays half their entry fees. Everyone pays half their entry fees, and then for plane tickets, you get $250 paid to your plane tickets. If we do take a plane, most of the time we take a van or a bus to places. And then as far as like food and stuff, like we have such support over the team with parents and everything. Like we have at least 1 or 2 sets of parents that come to every shoot. And so food is, I mean, you never almost really have to worry about food because they always have something cooked or something waiting for us or something. But, if we do go out a night or 2 or whatever, then that is on you. But other than that, I mean, we get shells paid for, travel expenses, hotel room, and then basically really the only thing that we have to pay for, like I said, is just half the entry fees.
Riley, you're a 5th-year senior there. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give me one highlight that you would say really stands out in your mind.
I would probably have to say the one shoot that I will never forget would probably be SCTP this last year. Just with the squad we had, the 15 kids we had up there, we went out there the first day and we had a 499 in ski right off the bat. It was our first event, and we carried that momentum the whole weekend. We missed 50 3 targets the whole weekend out of 3,000. So that was very cool to be a part of. It was very cool to lead a squad through, and just to watch how we all bonded up there. We knew as soon as we stepped off that plane in Ohio what we were there to do, and we knew we were going to make sure we got it done. So that was very cool. That was one shoot that I would definitely never forget in my lifetime.
It was 47 targets.
47, my bad. Math is not my strong suit.
I'd just like to add one thing to that real quick. As a coach and as a former shooter, I've shot at that shoot. I was with the team when we won 2 national titles there while I was a shooter. And I've never seen a more focused group of individuals than that shoot. Like Riley said, when they got off the plane, you could see it in all their eyes. They were there to take care of business. And as a coach and being on the other side of all of this now, it was amazing and very satisfying to watch. And one other highlight I want to throw in there is Mr. Jared Greenwood here ran a 200 straight in the Sporting Clays event.
That must have been easy targets. When was that, Jared? When did you do that? Was that recent?
Yeah, that was this past October, 2 weeks before Nationals, 2 or 3 weeks before Nationals, NSCA Nationals.
Your gun must have fit right.
Yeah, it was. I got a pretty good gun fitter.
All right, so there's multiple NSCA shooters on this team. How different is it competing in college competitions versus NSCA?
Yeah, NSCA is kind of its own beast because it's all individual. You don't, except for Team USA, where you do compete as a team. But at the end of the day, you're just really only focused on your own score. Where as a college, you're looking out for the other 14 kids that are there as well, trying to keep their heads right, keep them in it, keep them focused. And for myself, when I go to an NSCA shoot, I'm usually traveling with my father, Jim Greenwood. So that means we're at the trailer at 6:30 in the morning, and we're going to leave at 8:30 at night.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're a college shoot. We may not shoot till 10 o'clock, so we're not going to leave the hotel till 9:30. So it's kind of been a learning experience on the mental side of when I go to an NSCA shoot, I got a lot of other distractions. Where college, it's straight shooting the whole time, and that's all I can focus on.
So does that help you think, to just where you can go to a shoot and focus on shooting versus dealing with Jim?
Be careful how you answer that,
Yeah.
I've seen you shoot good at some NSCA events, so you can't say you don't shoot good there.
Yeah, it can definitely be a whole lot easier just in the sense of I can focus on my shooting alone, where when I'm with him, I'm helping him with customers, I'm helping him finish down pads, clean the trailer, anything he needs, I try to be there for him. So I have a lot of other things on my mind before I go out to the course. I'm thinking about, did we get that customer's gun? Have we finished that project? Where it's a college shoot, all I'm thinking about is, okay, yeah, I got my shells in my backpack. I know where that station is. Let's go tear these targets up.
Yeah. Riley, what are some of the upcoming plans for the team for next year?
So, like Joe touched on earlier, all big plans are to get through this summer and see where that kind of goes with us. The school has came in very hard here these last couple of years and are supporting us 100%. I know just about 2 weeks ago when we had a ring ceremony at our president's house, there was would be one of Jared's bosses actually in the admissions office came up and said, you guys have really grown since we started this program clear back in the day. And Jared goes, yeah, it really has. And the guy straight looked at Jared and goes, I hope it keeps growing like this over the next years. So we ain't even just looking at next year anymore. It's all about years in advance. But next year for the upcoming plans, you can ask anyone else that's on this call now, anyone else on the team. We are really planning to go out and just have another dominating season, no matter what we have to do all summer long or as soon as we get back here. I know that I talked to a lot of kids. They're all lining up shoots already. to go to this summer. We've already started sending out emails about some of the school shoots they're planning on taking us to. I know the school's getting involved and going out and looking at the range and seeing anything they can do to help us, whether it's money or targets, ammo, anything. They're looking to very well keep building this program and the next few years to who knows how long and how big this program will ever become, just with how the school is starting to support us. And we do have another great upcoming coach here that's getting ready to step in as soon as Sheffield leaves. Like I said, I shot with him, and I can't be happier that he's back to take this program on and just keep leading this program. So,
yeah, well, good. If anybody listening to this is headed to college, you might want to give this place a second look if you haven't already looked. Sounds like they got it going on when it comes to shooting, and that's probably the people listening to this is people that shoot. So, I guess, Jared, they could probably just get a hold of you, can't they?
Yeah. I'm in the admissions office. Just get on our website, fhsu.edu. You can find our admissions number. Give me a call. Love to talk to you. Email me. I can tell you whatever you need to know about the university or for the shooting team.
Yeah, it's definitely an opportunity that people need to look at and at least give them a call. Give Jared a call and let him talk to you about the school and go from there. But thanks, guys, for coming on. And
thanks for having us, Justin.
Yeah, man. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Justin.
Thanks, Justin.
We appreciate it.